Hey, fellow crabbers, it's your old buddy, it's your old pal, R.D. Reynolds here once again with Wrestle Crap Radio. And as always, on the other end of the tin cannon string is the vampire to my zombie, Mr. Blade Breakstown.
What's going on, Deal?
Did you like the new intro?
Rather spooky intro, Mang.
ECW, okay, I'm just going to get this out of the way. ECW debuted on Sci-Fi this week, right? I'm sure you saw it. Everybody's bitching up a storm about this. And I don't understand why. This is the greatest wrestling show I have ever seen in my life.
It was great.
We had vampires. We had... How can you argue with that? You know what? If you're out there and you're on your little keyboard, I hate to sound like Hunter or, anybody like that. The internet, the marks are just a bunch of nerds hiding behind keyboards. But I tell you what, Mark, if you were watching that show and you're sitting there typing, well, that ECW show, that was horrible. You know what? You know what ECW is going to say back to you if you say that show was horrible?
Yeah.
The zombie.
You're going to get your 19-year-old, 140-pound scrawny ass. You're going to get your brains eaten.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That
show by a freaking zombie.
That show was
mark.
The greatest show in the history, not even in the history of professional wrestling, in the history of television. I've never seen a finer show. It's great. You had
60 minutes of orgasmic joy. 43 if you subtract the commercials.
You had the zombie. You had the vampire. And then, topping it all off, here she comes. Sashaying her way out. And she's going to do a little striptease for you. She's the exhibitionist, Kelly. And what an exhibitionist she is. Okay? So she comes out there, she takes her little skirt off for you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then she's shaking her money maker. Woo! And she's shaking her cans right in front of you. And she's
the gazongas, if you will.
The gazonga. The melons, the funny bags, they're all right there on your TV screen. She's going to take it off. She's going to take that bra off and show you. She's going to show you everything.
Bare breaths on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Absolutely. And you're going to see it all right there. And she goes to take it off. And she can't get her bra off. Greatest show in the history of television.
What is up with that, T? She couldn't even take her stupid bra off.
Well, she's obviously pretty retarded. Don't get me wrong. R.D. Reynolds has never worn a bra. But, even R.D. Reynolds, whenever he was a geek in high school and he was getting his first stinky pinky and all that, he could get a bra off. And it wasn't just because I, went into my mom's, room at night and figured out how to take a bra off. Not off of my mother, mind you.
You sick freak.
You know what I'm saying. Greatest show in the history of television. Now, some people may go, R.D., you're insane. There's no way that was the greatest show in the history of television.
You are insane, and you know why?
Hmm.
Because next week's show is going to be the greatest, because they're going to debut The Witch.
That's going to be fantastic.
Not just vampires, not just zombies.
Well, you know what they wanted, the Sci-Fi wanted? They wanted, they didn't want a zombie, they wanted a Martian out there.
A Martian invasion, if I'm correct, right?
A Martian invasion, but then they decided, since the Martian was going to be beaten, they didn't want to have him out there because they thought the Sci-Fi fans would be upset that the Sandman came out and beat up a Martian.
Oh, bull Bull crap. Spray paint Max Mini and Super Porky green and glue some of Lasertron's antennae on them and throw them out there, damn it.
Well, there's only one thing to say to those sci-fi fans that wouldn't have been happy about that. The factual, you hear that? It's coming in. It's Morse code. That means it can only be time for one thing. Yes, yes, kids, it's time for Obscure Wrestling News. I don't know why. Maybe it's his thing. But here's the thing, okay, about Randy Savage. There's no bigger Randy Savage mark, than old R.D. Reynolds. Huge Randy Savage, huge Macho Man fan. But when you think about a transsexual, you think about dressing up and being gaudy, and I'm sorry, those frilly neon green cowboy hats he used to wear. But Randy Savage is going to be on the Surreal Life. That's what I could do. I could do an entire show that was nothing but the zombie.
We could change the name of the show, too. Now, a few months ago, my source divulged to me that Kamala had embarked on a new singing career, offering these CDs for sale. But what I want you to strap yourself down, deal. Because Kamala has opened up his vaults again for some new goodies, deal.
Oh, boy, I can't wait. Hopefully it's something... Didn't he have a song about doing it in Kamala's rocking chair?
Yeah, let's make love in the rocking chair.
I can only imagine what it would sound like making fun or making love in Kamala's rocking chair.
Well, apparently not too good because... That's an unsatisfied Mrs. Kamala there.
I'm sorry. Wait, what's Kamala shilling these days?
Okay, he's got two items, deal, and this one maybe might be a good idea gift for your wife or your son. First up, he has jungle skirts for sale.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, you could put that jungle skirt on, go in your backyard and play in the weeds.
I'm thinking see, you make that joke. Okay? But when I was a manager on the independent scene, and if you've seen the Worst of RD DVD, you've seen this, okay? At least a picture of it. I used to manage a guy named Kamala Jr.
Yes.
And he looked exactly like Kamala. He weighed exactly the same amount as Kamala, but he was like 5'3". He would dress up and he would put the moon and the stars and the yellow horseshoes or whatever. He would put all that stuff on his face, okay? And he would go out into the woods. And then he would have people take pictures of him. Like he was from deepest, darkest Indiana, I guess.
I've been there. That place is pretty scary.
Yeah, that's what he would do, and she would be looking behind an oak tree or something.
Did he have another item that Kamala had for sale?
And what might that be?
He now has spears for sale.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. Speaking of horrible things...
How dare you?
That music can mean only one thing. It's time, once again, for Blade Braxton's weekly wrestling haiku. Here's the deal, folks. Here's the deal. It's been a while. Some people may not remember. Some people bitch that I take so much time explaining what the haiku is about. I don't care. See, what you could do is you could be one of those marks that I was just making fun of. One of those marks, and you could talk like this about how I want to see the Sandman. Why doesn't he come out to enter Sandman anymore? Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! You don't need to do that. You could go out to every wrestling website. You could read all the news. You could. You could go
What?
in the Wayback Machine, okay? Archive.org, I think, is the site, and you can go in and you can type in, I want to see what a wrestling website was. You know what you can do? Go to scoops.com. Hop in your DeLorean. I want you to hop in your DeLorean. You call Doc Brown right now. You get him on the phone. And you get in that DeLorean, and then you go back in time with Marty and Doc and Einstein, or whatever the dog's name was. You go back in time, and then what I want you to do is I want you to pick up that rotary dial, and I want you to dial. I want you to get Al Isaacs on the phone. You get Al Isaacs on the phone right now!
Is he still alive?
I want you to get Al Isaacs on the phone. Mrs. Deal, chop chop, get Al Isaacs on the phone. And you could do all this. You could, but you don't need to. See,
why?
Because Blade Braxton, he's done that. He's got Al Isaacs on the phone. He's got Dave Meltzer on the phone. He's called Bill Apter. He's got all of them.
And I had to put Dave on hold for the Haiku.
That's right. You'll be on the phone, and you'll be like, Dave, hold on just a second. Click. Oh, Al Isaacs, nice to talk to you. That's what Blade does. He goes out and he gets all this wrestling news. He gets all the wrestling news. It's like he's a butcher. It's like he's a butcher in the butcher shop, and he gets all the meat, all the wrestling news meat, and he takes all of that, and he puts it into his sausage grinder, and he grinds it up. And then it comes out, and it's a nice, hot brat of wrestling news for you. You don't need all that meat. It's not good for your innards. You just take this haiku, he takes it all. He takes all that meat and he compresses it down into a sausage casing of 17 syllables of wrestling news. We call it Blade Braxton's Weekly Wrestling Haiku.
It's not but a sausage party up in here, dog. But anyway, that was a great, very quick intro, by the way. I love that.
I think every week,
I love those.
Every week it's kind of my goal to make it longer.
And as it gets longer, the listeners grow shorter.
You call Al Isaacs. You get him on the phone right now.
You know what, Dale? This past week, we've had a lot of old things coming back. You know, we've had ECW coming back. We've had DX coming back. And you know what? I kind of felt jealous. Mm-hmm. Because I figured, you know, with all this crap coming back, why don't I do something? So I'm going to reuse a freaking joke during my haiku.
Oh, excellent.
You know, what was once good apparently is good again.
What's old is new again.
Yeah. So with that, here comes 17 syllables of joy for you. And might I add, as always, I'm on tonight. And you know my haikus don't lie.
As always, this haiku does not come with Crown as illustrated.
DX reunion. What does DX stand for now? Depends extra strength.
Granted, they probably shouldn't have called it ECW. I really think there's all the golden Fort Knox to be made if you renamed it SFW, Sci-Fi Wrestling.
Gold.
Telling you. Sometimes I just come up with ideas. It's like a license to print money.